Okay, turn number 37, Confederate side. This is not the counter being assigned yet. That was from an IOU, so he gets 25 more, taking him to 50. And he has nothing in his reserve at all. This IOU now gets ported up here. So the Union will start with 14 points from this IOU. And now I've got to set the timer and start my game. Okay, Confederate side, it's looking pretty bleak over here at the crossing point. Got one Union across. My standard is still in danger and has to be removed unless I get it under cover. Well, technically it's under cover of that battery. That battery is now making a facing change if it makes any move at all. Oh yeah, fire. Battery can fire. Goodbye, Union cavalry. Boom. Gotta love it. That is a capture at the beginning of the turn. Capture at the beginning of turns only costs 5 points. Gives me 45 points left. The flag is no longer in danger. He's out of range there. That infantry unit can't get across. I need to get my other cavalry down in there. So this cavalry is going to move down the bank here, 5 on the oblique. And then this guy is going to move on the oblique 5, putting him somewhere over in this vicinity. At this point, we're just testing mechanics more than trying to be fiddly about all this stuff. Taking me down to 35. Can't do anything over here unless I want to shuffle stuff around, which I don't. These are still neutralized. But he's bringing this cavalry up. That's going to be a problem, but I've got infantry that I can move to attack from inside these fortresses. That'll cost 40 points though if they're inside these lines. I don't really see that happen. Oh yeah, this guy. I'm going to move these engineers back and make another line of entrenchments now. How much have we got left? 30? 35? Well, I'm going to kick up one entrenchment now, right here. So that'll be entrenchment number 5. So that's going to cost me 15 points. That leaves me 20. Let's move our general up, because he can participate. He can help. We'll move him up 4. 20 minus 4, 16. We're doing okay. I think we're gonna blunt the Union over here. I think we've got the troops to do it. He's too dispersed. He can't make another press like that. Even if we do an exchange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't have enough over here yet. He's got to bring that guy up and around. And by then I might have won the game based on his, based on his sacrifice. I don't have to sacrifice because there's no Union troops. He will in his turn. Okay. But do I want to give up these, what did I call it, 16 points? No effing way, man. No way am I moving 16 points. I want to win this. I've put up fortifications. Fortifications can help destroy his units. He can't really establish a bridgehead until he reduces those. He can't use his engineers for both pontooning and destroy my fortifications. So I'm going to pull these guys out of the line. I'm going to move them on the oblique 3. Basically 1, 2, 3. And if I do that by infantry move, instead, I can move him directly, that's what I'll do. So I can move him back 1 and over 2. I can move him back 1 and over 4, costing me triple, cost me 12 points. 12 points to move over like that. So back 1 and over, back 1 and then over 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a grand total of 12 points that I just burned through, and it's legit. There's a purpose for that. I'm going to move him down there. because I think I've stuffed them up here pretty good. So that leaves me just 4 on the Confederate side. Goes into the IOU. And that'll be the end of my turn. Okay, Union turn 37. Union sees that its crossing over here is in jeopardy. It does not have any chance of getting 2 units across here. So I'm going to go ahead and increment this. We're down to like 7 turns left in this game. We are just going to force these guys through in column formation. It does not matter to me. It does not matter to me. They're opposed by no artillery at this point. Do I move into a square threatened by them? I move, it has to be covered, right? Not threatened. Unoccupied square is covered by hostile troops. What does covered mean? Covered. Piece commands or covers a square if it can fire upon it. The latter piece is said to be threatened. Yeah, that's going to cost me once I move into cavalry range. Cavalry, though, would be opposed there. I think I only need to count the last part of that move as being into cover. So I'm going to count that as 3 maneuver and 1 regular. So 1, 2, 3, and 3 is 6. Where are we at? We're the Union. We got our 25 that came on with now. 39. We have nothing to place down here. And then we're subtracting 6. That leaves me 33. I gotta get moving too. 33. I think I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes here. Artillery can't move across. Artillery can only fire. Artillery can't fire there. That artillery is out of range. Can't take their standard. When you get this guy up into combat. Come on, Brigadier General Cox, let's get in there. Count that's 5. Take me down to 27. Yeah, making these counters half as much really constrains you. I'm going to move these guys up as expeditiously as possible. That means 4. Same thing for these guys. I'm going to move them 4. So that's 8 more. Take me to 19. First, can I get this cavalry into action? Before I do that, let's do the cavalry move. And let's think about this. So I want to position him behind there. And move him straight on. Looks like 3.5. Then he can hop over because that's the power of cavalry. So I can move him up to the center. That's 3.5. We're going to call that 4. We're going to call this 5, 6. The hop was on the diagonal. Yeah, so he was here. He hops diagonally over that unit, which is valid, and then he moves in, displacing that unit and destroying this deadlock. But he will expose himself in so doing, and that consumes 7 points plus the capture after the start of business. Oh no! Ha! Oh no! -7 just to get there. Takes him to. Yeah, that was a. No, he can't. That is not a valid move. That is not a valid move. God bless. I want it to be a valid move, but I can't effectuate a capture after other moves have begun. So let's work backwards. It was 3.5 from this mess. So 1, 2, 3. He was right in here. Let's just take this stuff out of the way for temporarily. Is there a way that I can do this? So if he moves 2 on the diagonal and over, then he has to hop diagonal again and 1 over. So he has to be somewhere like 2 away from this guy. And that infantry unit is right in the flipping way. If I want to disengage that unit, I have to pay the cost. But I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out, but I could be wrong. I'm going to move this guy backwards 1 inch. So he's retreating, and he was covered. Oh my word. This is why I'm looking forward to minis and a map that's more topo. I should never put like real hills in this thing with these blocks and vinyl. All right, so I'm gonna take my lumps here. Shoot, that is a major problem. So moved him reverse in infantry move, so that's gonna be 3 points, but he was neutralized and he retreated. And point expenditure. Regular move, infantry backwards, 6 points per square. Neutralized pieces double, so that's going to make it 12 points. So 12 off of 19 leaves me with 7 points, which goes in the IOU, which is not bad. We'll see how this plays out. I don't think it's going to work out, but it might work out. I just didn't have time to think with the timing. And that's one part of this game that I really like. The command points and time. I don't like how fiddly things are out here, but in general, I'm liking this. Okay, I think here at turn 37, I've learned enough. I'm running out of mental power too. Do I really want to continue this game? I'd love to know what happens now that neutralization is over. But I don't see how the Confederates are going to win. Unions are going to continue to push down there on the other crossing site, even though it's going to take them a while. Could end up being this baggage. It's a real nail biter. I look forward to playing this again with better minis. And that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it. Call it a wrap. I've learned what I need to learn.